This is our first video.
Number one.
And we are in Littlefield.
No.
Little Rock.
Albuquerque.
No, we're right outside Albuquerque. We're in Littlefield.
This is still Littlefield? 2 hours later?
It's about 30 more miles to Albuquerque.
Oh, we're in New Mexico.
We're basically in Albuquerque. But we're in Littlefield, and we're using our Harvest Host location pass to be able to stay at this. It's called Wildlife Nature Park, and they just have rescued animals and bears and cougars and eagles. It's pretty freaking awesome.
And
obviously.
I touched deer.
She touched a deer. It was pretty awesome.
My life is about animals.
Yeah.
I'd save everyone.
And so this technically is our first stop. This is day 3. We're trying to get to Utah, but it's our first stop, meaning like this cool of a scenery. Like around us is nothing but mountains.
Can we do like a little...
Sure, you can show real quick. So in the back it's hard to see, but if you look that way, that whole thing over there is a mountain. There's a mountain over there.
I don't know what it's looking at, but I just wanted to do a little panorama.
Yeah. So these aren't mountains, but they're mountains. Like we're from Houston, so these are mountains.
But we're sitting on top of the RV.
Yeah.
And I think this is where we're going to make all of our
Most of our videos.
Hobbit Hall videos.
Most of our videos. So we're actually on top of the RV, like she said. And the weather is freaking phenomenal. It's not humid and nasty.
So amazing.
It's perfect. But this first video was basically just going to be a little bit about what we intend to put out on our Kier Cam Adventures channel, and the content that will most likely you'll find on there. It's not going to be like how-to RV videos, or like how to drain your sewage, and
which are cool because we needed every single one of them that we saw.
We needed every single one.
Yeah.
So keep on making them videos if you're people making them videos. But this is going to be about sort of our adventure with the people we meet, the things we see, how that ties in with our faith, and basically our traveling destinations, what we saw and experienced, and just mainly how that correlates. But it's really not going to be too many how-to videos, which it's okay with us.
How to love Jesus? Check.
How to love Jesus. There you go. And we're going to switch it up every time. Like, we're going to be talking about those things, plus we're going to integrate like verses here and there. And if you're people who do not want to, if you're on our channel and you're not about that life, that's perfectly fine. It's not a big deal. We still love y'all. But y'all are more than welcome to not, watch those parts if you don't want to. We encourage you to watch those parts when we do read scripture, or our spiritual experiences, being able to minister to somebody, or somebody speaking with us about what they've been, their testimonies maybe. Like when we meet people, we want to get to know them. So whatever they tell us, I'm going to obviously ask them if it would be okay to share it, or if I could just, change their name or something like that while we do the video. But how that interaction went and stuff like that. So that's pretty much what we're going to be doing. And
do you want to talk about the travels? Everything we've been through up to this
so
point.
I guess this is the first, this is the first video. We might as well get all the things that have kind of gone awry and wrong.
All of it.
It's
leading up to this point.
Oh my gosh, it's like Satan has not been wanting us to leave. Just last night, Karen met this person who had baby goats.
That's too soon.
No, I'm just saying, baby goats and stuff like that. And she already talked to them about Jesus. And so that's the things Satan wants to what Satan wants to hinder us from. But we're getting through it. We're relying on God and stuff like that. But I'm not going to sit here and drag out every detail. But we've been waiting on a generator for 3 months. We finally got it 2 weeks ago. And we have to have the generator to leave, because when we boondock, we need the power and the electricity. And so 4 days before we left, we finally turned it on, and it didn't work. Didn't work at all. It's brand new out the box. Didn't work. So we had to take it to a generator mechanic the next day. They said if you need parts, it could take upwards of a month. So we're all bummed out.
But you don't know, like, the waiting process that we've had.
Man.
We were supposed to leave in May 2020, and then COVID hit us. So then we're waiting for... Wait, actually, no. We moved out of our house in February, but the plan was we're leaving early, so it was going to be May. Then COVID hit, and then we waited for a couple of other months until, like, June, and that's when we started looking. And once we did... We found the RV, moved into the RV. Cam ended up getting pneumonia.
Oh, I got pneumonia.
For like a month.
A month and a half, yeah.
And so that kind of put us like, we're glad we didn't go, but still.
We still wouldn't have been able to have left
right,
because we didn't have the generator. But after I ordered the generator in June, it didn't get here till 2 weeks ago, which was mid-August.
Yeah.
Mid-August. And you know, 4 days before we left, brand new generator didn't work. Took it to a mechanic shop. They said if we needed parts, it would take a month, so that's going to put us back. But the next day we called, and it was just something small, and they fixed it, and we scrambled because we had our itinerary luckily together, and we ended up leaving the same day we picked up the generator in the morning, which we didn't think we were going to leave for a month. We were like scrambling to get out and stuff like that because it's already been almost 4 months since we wanted to leave. We didn't rush anything. We were definitely prepared for it. But then... we needed an altitude carburetor piece for high altitude. So after it got fixed, I changed it. It was working, and I changed it 2 days in, so yesterday, and changed the piece, and it went pretty smoothly. Woke up this morning to start it. It wouldn't start. Didn't start.
We were like, what else could be happening? Every day something has been happening.
Took off the face of the generator, realized that electrical wiring wasn't plugged in, so we plugged it in. Put the face back on, started, it wouldn't start again. So I'm thinking I got to take off the whole carburetor and figure out what's going on. So it turns out just the spark plug wire was not on, so I put it on and it was working. Awesome. We show up here. It was a 4-hour drive. We finally show up here. The generator turned on, but I turned it off because I didn't want to plug it into the RV outlet and have that surge of power to the RV. So I wanted to turn it off, plug it in, and turn it on. It didn't work. It wasn't working. And then Kieran goes,
it's leaking. It smells like oil or gas or whatever it was.
And so I look underneath, and it's completely leaking gasoline everywhere. And this is the first spot we've needed the generator. Like we don't have any electricity without this. Yeah, we're boondocking. We don't have any. That's dry. Like there's no electricity hookups, no water, no sewer, no nothing. It's dry camping, and we need this generator. And it's sitting there spewing up gas. And so I take off the side of it. Luckily, I remember the carburetor video, how to take it off and open it and do all these things.
He could build his own now. At
yeah,
this
right.
point.
And I fixed the issue, and it's working now. But that's just like very shallow, superficial, surface level what we've been dealing with for the last few months and the last few days. But again, we're not stressing. Like, it's easy in these moments to get very agitated. Look, getting upset sometimes is normal, it's natural. But it's how you carry on with that anger and how you carry on with being upset.
Yeah.
And so being upset's okay, but we encourage each other and we help each other. And it's been really nice because we've been having to rely more on God and say, you know what, God, obviously nothing is in our control and nothing is in our plan.
You said something in the car when I was like, God wouldn't let us down. You said something just, it keeps on happening, or something would happen with the generator today. And I was like, but God, he didn't let it happen because he wouldn't let us down. And I was like, he's been trying so hard to get us to this point. And Satan just keeps trying really hard to make us so mad every day. And it's not working because every day something's been happening, as we've tried to explain. But that's just like a percentage of what, we're not trying to go into like the biggest detail, but because, you know, it's been a lot. And for us to just stay so joyful and positive, it's just been so amazing, especially like being able to encourage each other. And, you know, if one of us gets frustrated about something, we're just like, we got this. We're on the road. We're gone. Like, there's nothing that we can be upset about anymore.
And I will say the most important thing that we've always known since we've been saved the last 5 years, but especially these last few months and last few days with all this stuff happening, is that to stay in the Word and to stay praying you can't substitute it. Like,
shout out to Holly for Dwell. That was good. The Bollingers, not
yes,
just Holly.
Yes. Yeah. So it's stay in the Word, because when we get upset, it's like Scripture says, the peace that surpasses all understanding. It really is. It's like one of those things where you're just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe. You start listening, reading Scripture, praying, and it's just like, oh, like this huge weight is that we're not supposed to carry is lifted off our shoulders. So that's what's been going on.
Yeah.
I am hoping that we get a lot of subscribers, people that we meet, new people, and people that we already know. I hope y'all enjoy this channel. I hope y'all enjoy our adventure, the Keir Cam Adventures in the Hobbit Hall. Oh, in case y'all didn't know, what we're saying is the Hobbit Hall. So we're hauling. So our house was the Hobbit Hole. And since we're hauling our house now, it's the Hobbit Hall.
Shout out to Shishi for the names.
Hashtag life as she does it. Yeah, no, she always comes up with her names. So looking forward to more videos and looking forward to the many, many, many adventures we are going to be having.
Cam signing off. No, we gotta say it together.
All right.
And this is Cam. All right. Keir Cam signing off.